Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about time management. So one of the important skills that you need to master as a professional or as somebody that's striving to be a professional one day is you need to learn how to manage your time. And I think for me, every single year, I have this 1 week where it's like the perfect storm, where everything that I need to be involved in collides into 1 week and it's just complete chaos. So that week, funnily enough, for me is going to be next week. So I have a lot of time management that I need to practice myself. And so I thought it would be good for me to share some time management tips with you. So the first thing that I use to manage my time is actually my calendar on my phone. Now I can't show you my calendar on my phone because I'm actually using my phone to record this. But yeah, using the calendar app on your phone is very, very useful. Okay, so you need to make sure that you are plotting in big things that you're scheduled to do. So let's say you have a live stream that you need to attend at some point. You plot that into your calendar, or perhaps you have to go to a lecture or a tutorial or whatever the case may be. Make sure that you're using your calendar. And I know that when you're young, you don't see the value in using a calendar. I remember a few years back when I was talking to the academic trainees, and I told them how I was using my calendar. They were just amazed because they couldn't understand that somebody uses their calendar so much. But literally, my calendar has everything. If I need to travel somewhere, it's all in there. Travel time, everything. So that I always know where I am at any given part of the day. The next time management tool that I use is also on my phone, which is the Reminders app. Now, what's great about having a reminders app is that you can set reminders for yourself when you have important deadlines or things that you need to do that can't be missed. And the nice thing is that these apps typically have notifications, so you would get a notification on your phone to remind you to do something. You can also set these notifications to sometimes a day before the time, sometimes 3 days before the time, just to make sure that you're being reminded about an important thing that you are doing. Okay, so that's quite key. Now, the calendars and the reminders, those are sort of things that I generally use for my scheduling, but I also use something on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so I've got a book. This is actually like an old calendar. You can see that's from 2019. The reason, I just needed a book with blank pages in them. And so I found this one over here. And so what's nice about having a physical book is sometimes it's great to just write. So I like writing down stuff. So as I'm going through my work day, or at the beginning of my work day, you can see over there, I kind of plot what I need to do for the day. So I have a list of these are the things I need to get through today. Then I also try to separate it into things that I can move for tomorrow. So I would adjust my schedule as I'm going along to move things over to the next day if I feel like I'm not going to actually manage this day. Then as you go along with these things, you kind of tick them off, and I can tell you it's really, really super rewarding when you have a to-do list in front of you and you're ticking those things off. You just feel energized, you feel ready to take on the next task. So I would really encourage you to have something like that. And then specifically for students, something that I used as a student was a proper timetable. So I'm just going to do a little segue to explain how I used a timetable. So stay tuned for that. So this is an example of the schedule that I would have used as a student. So this is a template that I found in Excel, and what's really nice about this template is that it gives you it's a weekly template, and so you can just copy it and paste it into a new tab for a different week, and you can put the date up there. You can also adjust the start time, and the start time will automatically populate over here. Now, these slots are in half an hour slots, so when you are working with it, make sure that you do take note of that. Okay, so let's see how we can use this. So let's say, for example, I have an important class I need to attend, or a live stream, for example. So we're going to just go over here, live stream, okay, and that is a 1 hour event, so I'll just copy and paste it over there. Cool. So I've already populated some things over there. Let's say, for example, you have another class that you go to. You could maybe that class is from 9 till 10 in the morning. Okay, you can just populate it over there. Okay, and if it's something that repeats itself every day, yeah, you can just drag it across. Let's see if we drag that across. Okay, you can just drag it across like that. Okay, maybe your classes aren't on weekends, so let's delete that. Okay, and so I would encourage you to use this template to kind of plan your week so that you can see where you have openings. Also, let's say you have to do a quiz and your quiz is released at a certain date, but before you do that quiz you have to work through material. Perhaps you could block out time in your schedule. So let's say then on Tuesday we know that our content is being released for accounting, so we can say over here at 10 o'clock the content is released. So I'll say work through ACC 1006F content. Okay, and I'll just drag that down. Okay, and I'm gonna block out basically till 4 o'clock. Okay, to do that you can just adjust these margins like that. Cool, to give yourself more space. Okay, but you can play around with this. And the nice thing is that once you start blocking out your time, then you can really see where you have free time and where you can go on and do something else. The other thing that I've added to this template that was not here is I have this section over here which is important things to remember for the week. So these are things that don't necessarily have, they don't necessarily fall into a you don't want to put them in a specific slot during your day, but you do want to remind yourself that that's happening. Okay, so maybe you want to remind yourself that I must study for my test. Okay, or maybe you have something coming up. So my friend is having a birthday party. Okay, so the idea with things to remember is that you put the important, the big events that's coming up this week, you jot it over here, and then when you're planning your week, you kind of plan your week taking into account the fact that you have these other obligations. So this template I'm going to make available, and if you have any questions on it, please post the questions down in the comments below. So there you have it. Those are my top tips for managing your time effectively. I hope that you make use of them. If you have any other ideas for time management, please share them in the comments down below. I'd love to get the discussion going, and I hope these tips have been useful for you. Make sure you use them so that you are never caught off guard and you're always prepared for what you need to do next. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.